Welcome to the Nourish and Restore podcast with Nina and me, Nicole, where we bring all things nourishing and restorative to you, your body, mind, and soul. A chance for you to enjoy simple tools to help you live a happier, healthier, and more peaceful life. Join our conversation as we explore our interesting theme for today. Hello lovelies, welcome to our Nourish and Restore podcast for today, Tuesday the 28th of February. My last session for the February month's theme, which was self-love. So I hope you guys all enjoyed all the input that I have been sharing with you guys, and also today we're going to be doing a very gentle yoga practice, just working a little bit with our heart meridian, our spleen meridian, opening a little bit up into our chest area, which of course is the heart center, as well as our hips. So enjoy the class and allow yourself about half an hour, 35 minutes for the class. You can either do it in the morning on the weekend when you know you're going to have a nice relaxed day, or do it in the early evening. Yeah, so enjoy the class and I will see you soon. Coming to sit in a comfortable position, whichever that may be for you, either in a cross-legged position or how I am sitting here on my feet. If this is uncomfortable, you can even grab a small bolster and place it underneath your bum and open your knees slightly. Allow yourself to ground here. Take a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Breathe into your whole beautiful being. You can even place your right hand onto your heart center and just connect a little deeper with yourself. And then we're gently going to move into some side stretches to the right and to the left. Opening your arms up and reaching them behind you, really opening up into that heart center. And coming into some shoulder circles. And reconnecting with yourself here before we move into the next position, which is child's pose. So here, stretching your arms out in front of you and then gently removing that bolster underneath your buttocks so that you can bring your big toes to touch. Gently keeping your knees open to accommodate for your chest. Resting your forehead on the ground and having your arms nicely stretched out in front of you. Staying here in this position for a couple of nice deep breaths. Once again, connecting with your heart space, connecting with your inner child, connecting with your breath. Going to start very gently, very slowly to stretch our legs out behind us by placing our weight onto our forearms and our elbows, coming into Sphinx. Just make sure that you're nice and comfortable in this position. In Sphinx, really making sure that the elbows are beneath the shoulders, that the buttocks is active and the legs are active in order to protect the lower spine and the lumbar region. Really making a point here to reach from the crown of your head all the way down into your coccyx, into the heels, into the toes. And if this Sphinx posture is too intense for your lower back, then just open your arms to the side a little bit and bring them forward into a more comfortable position like I'm demonstrating here. And just connecting with this posture, connecting with yourself in this posture, and making sure that you're comfortable by using your breath. Whatever arises for you, allow it to come up. If you need to yawn, please do so. That is a great sign of energetic shift, change in your body. So by yawning, you're releasing it and letting it go. Good, and then on the last exhalation, exhale fully and gently come into the resting posture. Placing your upper body onto the floor, gazing over to the left and bringing that left knee up to the side. Allowing the hips to gently settle into this posture. And holding here for 2 or 3 breaths. On your last exhalation, exhale fully. And then you can gently look up, bring your leg back out, stretched at the back, and gently move over to the other side. Gazing over your right shoulder and bringing that right knee up to the side. Once again, be very gentle here with the hips. If the knee is too much out to the side, then straighten the leg a little bit. This is really a class for your comfort. So once you move too much out of your comfort zone, you start stressing your body again. So just take it easy. Make sure you're comfortable. And take a couple of deep breaths here. And then when you're done with 3 breaths on each side, stretch both legs out behind you again. Stretch both arms out in front of you. Forehead on the ground. So tucking your chin in. And holding here for a couple of nice deep breaths. And then gently pushing yourself off here with your hands. And gently coming back into child's pose. Big toes touching, arms stretch out in front of you, knees slightly opened, and forehead touching the ground. And from here, we're going to be moving into the melting heart position. So literally just moving your upper body and your arms forward, placing your chin on the ground if that's comfortable, sticking your buttocks up into the air, making sure that your knees are below your hips and your feet are out behind you. If the chin on the floor is too intense for you, then please bring your forehead onto the floor. And if it's too intense for your arms, allow your arms, your elbows to open up a little bit to the side. Releasing any niggly discomfort you might be feeling in the shoulders. And once again, using your breath to deeply connect with your being. On your last exhalation, exhale fully and gently allow yourself to come up into all fours. We're going to move through some cat-cow. Just to bring that spine back into alignment, releasing any tension that we might be holding here in the spine, in the hips and in the shoulders. Good, and then from here we're going to be moving into a very gentle deep lunge. So if you have yoga blocks, please utilize these. So here bringing our left leg forward first and placing the blocks down on each side. Perhaps you might even need something for underneath your knees. So just place a blanket or anything underneath your knee if you should need some support there. Important here is to once again stretch up from that right leg, from the knee into the hip, all the way up into the crown of the head, and placing that weight onto the front left foot. Breathing gently into the opening of the hips here. And then tucking your back toes in, inhale, coming up and moving into the dragon posture. Placing the blocks on the inside of the left leg and allowing your elbows to rest on the blocks here, rounding into your upper back, so tucking in your sternum. And of course, if you need your blocks to be a little bit higher, then do so. Just listen to your body. You can even place your hands on the floor if the posture that I'm doing here is not accessible for you. And then gently lowering that back knee again, flattening that right foot and reaching back up into the crown of the head before you move over to the other side. Good, bringing that right foot in front, placing the blocks on either side, reaching up into the crown of the head, this time from the left foot all the way into the knee, into the hips, all the way up into the crown of the head. Take a couple of nice big breaths here. Using the breath to settle into the posture. And also just listening to your body. If you're needing to place those blocks up, like I just did, then do that. Maybe you have a little niggle in the lower spine. Yawn to release. Releasing a little bit of tension that I'm holding here in my left hip. And gently moving into the next posture, placing the blocks inside, making sure that you are listening to your body and checking in on what your body is needing for the posture on this side. And then if you are coming down onto your elbows on the blocks or even on the floor, depending on how open your hips are, how flexible you are, just make sure that you're tucking in your sternum and really pushing off the ground into your upper back. And connecting with this posture and taking a couple of nice deep breaths here. Good, and then once you're done on the side, gently bring that knee back down, flatten the foot. Push your hands off, stretching into the spine. And then gently moving into child's pose, and this time perhaps using a block underneath your forehead to really ensure that your shoulders and your neck are nicely relaxed. Hold here in child's pose, just touching base with your pelvis, feeling into the left side, feeling into the right side, feeling into both sides. And then gently allowing yourself to come back up, stretching into your spine and doing a couple of cat-cows here. I like to call them lion stretches. So really opening up into your chest and then rounding into your back by breathing in, opening up, exhale, round. Good, and then gently moving onto your buttocks. We're going to be moving into the shoelace posture. So as you can see here, I'm taking the left leg over to the right side and the right ankle over to the left side, hooking it onto the bolster here. And then I'm placing my hands onto the soles of my feet. So here the knees are on top of each other, which might not be accessible for everybody. So if you do have a problem here in the posture, then just make sure that you come sit on a higher block, a bigger block, or perhaps leave this posture out and just stretch your legs out in front of you, open them nice and wide, and then just rest here for a couple of breaths. If shoelace is accessible for you, then allow yourself to really settle into this posture with your breath. You can massage the soles of your feet here. You can move your head from side to side, stretching into your neck a little bit. Good, and then we're going to gently change legs. Bringing the left leg underneath over to the right and the right leg on top over to the left. Knees on top of each other. And each side will feel and look very different because, of course, we all have different things going on with our hips. So allowing yourself to settle in here again, using your breath to move into the posture. You can move your head around, massage the soles of your feet, yawn when you need to release. And hold here for a couple of nice deep breaths. And if you feel like you're slouching a little bit or your back is not as upright as it could be, then you can place your arms behind you and hold on to opposite elbows. It's a really nice opening posture, heart opener, shoulder opener. Also maybe not accessible for everybody depending on your shoulders, but just try and see how it feels. Good, and from here we're going to be moving into the windscreen wipers, so placing your feet flat onto the floor, keeping the knees bent, hands behind you. We're going to inhale deeply, reach the knees over to the left, and we're going to gaze over to the right and hold here for a couple of nice deep breaths. And gently come back into center and do the same here. Knees over to the right, gaze over to the left. A couple of nice deep breaths. Moving back into the center. Of course, you can stay in the postures for longer if you like. Really listen to what your body is needing at the moment. Good, and then we're going to gently move into the next posture. We can place a block, or if you have a big bolster or another rolled up mat or a blanket underneath your knees. Move the flesh away from your sit bones. Inhale, reach up and gently allow yourself to roll forward from the pelvis, trying to keep your back as straight as possible. So if you are folding forward, it should be coming from the pelvis and not from the upper body. And grabbing hold of your feet here, the sides of your feet, your toes. Maybe giving them a nice little squeeze and a massage. And then you can even place your hands to the sides and allow your whole upper body just to fold forward. And take a couple of nice deep breaths here, really breathing into this posture. Nice deep forward bend, also known as caterpillar in the yin yoga style. Making sure that you have no niggles, so you can move around until you find a nice, comfortable spot for you. And you might even want to move the block away from under your knees. Good, and then coming into a cross-legged position. We're going to come into a gentle twist, so placing your hands right to left knee and left behind you. Then inhale deeply, reaching into the crown of the head before you come into the twist. And then on your exhalation, twist. And gently come back into center. Inhale deeply here again. Exhale, move the arms left to right, right behind you. Then inhale, reach up into the crown again. And then exhale, twist to the right. And come back to center. We're going to inhale deeply and exhale, gently fold forward here. And generally we feel the stretch in the leg that's in front. So here we have the right leg in front, so feeling it a little bit more in the right hip. And then on the last exhalation, exhale fully and gently start coming up on the next inhalation. Changing your legs, bringing the right behind and the left in front, and then repeating that same. Exhaling forward into a nice deep forward bend here. Now perhaps feeling it a little bit more in the left hip or perhaps even in both. Good, and then on your last exhalation here, exhale fully. Inhale, slowly start to come back up again. And gently coming into some camel riding here, opening up into your chest as you breathe in. Exhale, round. And repeat that twice more or 3 times, depending on how your body is feeling. And then allow yourself to hang back a little bit, really hanging off your knees, moving a little bit from side to side, bringing that gentle playfulness back in. And well done. Completed a beautiful class together. Thank you for being here with me, connecting with yourself again here at the end of the class. Showing gratitude to yourself for bringing yourself onto the mat today. And placing your hands into your heart center. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Wishing you a beautiful day further. Thank you for listening to Nourish and Restore podcasts today. To find out more about Nourish and Restore, visit our website or Facebook page, nourishandrestore.yoga. For more information on working with Nina Sachs, visit www.yogaa.co.za. And to work with me, Nicole Angelica Panzer, visit www.lov-me.com. Links will be in the show notes. We look forward to catching up with you next week. Namaste and have a nourishing